year for Tua. He now has all of these beautiful weapons around him. Expand on that a little bit, because you really do feel like this is it.
Yeah,
this is your make or break year to be the franchise quarterback.
Absolutely, year 3, and you showed some flashes last year with the completion percentage, but it was very conservative. I mean, that's kind of been the knock on him his first couple years in the NFL. But at Bama, he was a big play machine because he had good offensive line play, he had good running back play, and he had great wide receivers. And so the Dolphins are like, all right, if we saw that happen, we saw the upside of what he can do when you surround him with talent. Let's try to bring that here. And they got a coach in here specifically to develop Tua Tagovailoa. So I think Chris Grier absolutely under pressure, but this is all about building for the future. It's always the critical year in a rookie contract when you have to make the decision is after year 3. So we'll know about Tua's long-term prospects with the Dolphins after this season.
You know, the first decision they got to make is the 5th-year option. And the reason why that becomes that much more important is because now it's fully guaranteed once they pick up that option after the 3rd year. Didn't used to be the case. It used to be for injury only. So after their 4th year, if you wanted to, you could be like, our mistake. We're going to go ahead and move on from this. Not the case anymore. So that's going to be the pivotal part of all this too. But it's a make or break year for him. But when you really take into account, I think the way Brian Flores handled him, pulling him out of the game just because he had a bad, first half, and not letting him fight his way back into it, or the way he handled the 2-minute situation, say, well, let's put Ryan Fitzpatrick back in, or the way he openly talked about things and didn't really anoint him and give him the confidence as a starter. We could say on the outside whatever we want. The reality is that plays a role in all of this. He's got the confidence of his coach. He's got an offensive line, that of which he hasn't really had since he's been there. And oh, by the way, maybe a running game finally. I mean, can you guys name who their leading rusher was the past 2 years for the Dolphins? Myles Gaskin. All right? Last year he had about 600-some yards. The year before, 500-some. They haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher in over, the last 2 years? I don't know how long it's been since then, but it's been a running back by committee. They're bringing in, to me, Mike McDaniels to be able to have a rushing attack, protection, and everything else that I think he needs to be successful, alongside of, obviously, the talent that Chris Grier has obviously brought in, though.
Really quickly, what do you make of Mike McDaniels so far?
I mean, I love him. I think he's great for the game. Just from a scheme standpoint, it's always fun to watch what he does. His interviews are exciting. I'm excited to go see him. I mean, I think I'm going to lobby for Danny and I to be able to go to training camp just to be able to go and listen to him coach.
I mean, he's fun. Yeah. No doubt about it. He's hilarious. He gives great interviews. But can he be the leader of men? And it's probably one of the toughest groups of people that you have to lead and get to buy in. But I think he's extremely likable. I think that's a lot of the battle. But you also have to command respect and get guys to do what you want them to do. And we'll see. I'll be rooting for him for sure. I love it.
If they start off 1-3,
right.
That's when
he's not as funny. He's not as funny anymore.
It's not like no one's your friend anymore. That's when we'll find out if they get off to a slow start. How people respect him and respond to him.
All right, so the Dolphins have been making quite a few moves, by the way. Want to let you know, if you have not downloaded and followed the Pick 6 podcast, make sure to do so as well. So the Dolphins, they have Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, who is at the top of Pete Prisco's free agents who were available. What about the other remaining free agents out there now? We'll take a look at the top 5. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.